hope you love this episode. About the 15-minute mark is where I start the actual tune in, and I am going to work on a separate episode where it's just the tune in, so you can go right to it. But this episode, the first part, about the first 15 minutes, I talk about how tuning in with Kundalini mantra affects your frequency, your nervous system, and why I'm telling you to do it. 5 minutes or less a day. Do it. Just do it. Like Nike, right? Just do it. But also come to the free workshop. I'm doing monthly free Kundalini workshop. Every month will be a different theme, different topic that I feel inspired to share with you based on my clients, based on things that are getting my clients feeling stuck, okay? So this month it is Release the Pressure, Embrace the Play. It's a Kundalini / Quantum Inner Child workshop. Totally free. It's on Zoom. I will link it in the show notes. I'll also link the mantra in the show notes, so definitely check that out. I hope to see you there. It's Friday the 14th, 5 p.m. You have to sign up to save your seat. It's on Zoom. So do that, and I am so excited to see you, and we will be tuning in for the workshop. So this will help you get ready for tuning in with the Adi Mantra. All right, bye. Hello, welcome to another episode of The Cosmic Tea. Today, I am going to be sharing with you how to tune into your day, tune into a new frequency of your day with 5 minutes of Kundalini. 5 minutes. This is an assignment I give all of my new one-on-one clients when we're using the vehicle of Kundalini to transform, elevate, expand, all the things, as well as in my Cosmic Kundalini programs. This is the first step. Now, I'm going to do a little bit of explaining first, and in the show notes, I will give you the timestamp of when the tune-in starts. But I think that giving you a little understanding of what you're doing and why you might want to do this, hint, hint, do it. Just do it. Is helpful in many ways, physically and energetically. So in Kundalini, we tune in with what we call the Adi Mantra. Ong, O-N-G, different from Om, A-U-M. So O-N-G, Om. Try it with me. O-N-G. Take a deep inhale through the nose. Come on, let's do it. Om. Can you feel the literal vibration in your body? Let's see, where do we feel it? Try it again. Deep inhale. Om. I feel it in my chest, my heart area, as well as my third eye. Moving through the sinus area and that ajna, third eye center. Try it one more time and see if you notice this. Deep inhale through the nose. Om. Yeah? Okay. Om Namo. Namo. N-A-M-O. Guru. G-U-R-U. Dev. D-E-V. Namo. N-A-M-O. I'll I'll type this in the show notes, give you resources. So the meaning of the Adi mantra, 𝗏 Namo 𝗏𝗧𝗢𝗏 Namo, is most commonly translated as I bow to the divine wisdom within myself, or I bow to the subtle divine wisdom, the divine teacher within. Essentially, this means that you are tuning in to the connection and the wisdom of your higher self and beyond. The aspect of you that clearly sees the reflection of the divine within and acknowledging that that divine frequency is in all of life, and all of life is the teacher. Everything outside of you is a reflection of the divine within when we are tuned in to that frequency. So this mantra tunes us in to that frequency. And this is an analogy that many teachers I've heard use when it comes to vibration and like a radio tuner. Old school radios, right? Where you had to tune the tuner. It literally said tune on the old radios to get to the clear frequency of what you wanted to hear. I've heard Daryl Anka channeling Bashar use this analogy. Mahan Rishi, who is the master of kundalini I learned and trained under, uses this analogy in a lot of his classes. And I've heard Esther Hicks, who channels Abraham Hicks, say this. I've heard Gabrielle Bernstein use this. I don't know who originated with this analogy, but it makes sense. And keeping that in mind when we're using mantra and when we're doing this. So all together, I'm going to chant it for you, just so you can hear the rhythm of it, okay? So I inhale deeply through my nose. ॐ नमो गुरुदेव नमो. Now, not sure if you noticed on your end, but that was one big inhale, and then the chant itself was all on one regulated exhale. Maybe regulated is not the right word. Controlled exhale. So chanting this mantra in and of itself is an aspect of pranayama. Controlling the life force through the breath. When we chant this mantra to tune in, it's typically done 3 or more times. I'm starting you off just 3 times. Just use this to, again, tune into a new frequency when you start your day. 5 minutes or less. Is it worth it to you? Physiologically, chanting mantra, as I just spoke about, regulates the breath. It makes it longer, slower, deeper, more conscious. We know that deep breathing is probably the most underutilized tools that we have to heal ourselves. And it's also obviously linked to relaxation, reduced stress, improved prana of the body, or improved oxygen of the body. Chanting mantra in this repetitive way calms the nervous system. It activates the parasympathetic nervous system, which is responsible for the body's rest and digest response, they call it. Again, inducing a state of relaxation, reducing anxiety, okay? The vibrational healing aspect is directly related. So what affects us physiologically is going to affect us vibrationally, and vice versa. So the vibrations of the mantra hold a specific frequency. It affects the chakras in your body. It affects the frequency of thoughts. It reflects the more neutral mind state. And I talk a lot more about these metaphysical properties in other pieces of content, but I think you get the point here. Like if you're here, you get it. You're like, yes, let's raise our vibration. How do I do it? Let's go. This is how. This is one of the most effective ways. I also have referred to in the past, obviously, about the idea of energetic alignment and also nervous system regulation. I think that these two things are interchangeable. For example, if you are in fight or flight mode, you're not, quote unquote, in alignment with the neutral space, with the heart center, with your higher view of reality, with a more elevated perspective, right? AKA your higher self, your higher mind. It doesn't really matter what labels we're using for all of this stuff, right? So chanting actually stimulates the vagus nerve, okay? The vagus nerve is known as the wandering nerve because it affects so many organs and systems throughout the body, the heart, the lungs, the digestive organs. So when you stimulate this, you promote a relaxation response through a lot of the different systems in your body. And from that place is where we create foundations to change habits, to change our thought patterns, to heal the trauma responses, to dissolve the conditioning that keeps us feeling stuck, that keeps us in this cycle of self-doubt and fear and not knowing that we can trust ourselves or trust life. If we're tuned into that fear frequency over and over again, we're not going to see the safety that is around us. We're not going to see the abundance that is present. So we need to use these tools over and over again to attune ourselves to the frequency of the timeline that holds these desires that we're creating. You know, we create new desires every day, so often based in contrast, which is it's kind of just a part of it here at this time on Earth. But to be able to actualize those desires into physical reality, aka manifestation, we need to take responsibility for our frequency in a different way. That's not endless mindset work. That's not like overwhelming. Because a lot of my clients, you're kind of already overwhelmed. You're overwhelmed by information. You're like, I wake up and I have to go. I don't have hours for morning routine and whatnot. So this isn't about stressing you out more. I want to give you this tool to try. Apply it to your life. It is a good start. So often, if we are really used to having that all or nothing thinking, the black or white thinking, it's like we can sit here and be like, okay, I want to raise my vibration. I finally want to be better with money. I finally want this. And then you kind of go full force into these healing modalities, and you buy every course and you follow every account, and then we get burnout, right? We get burnout because it gets dysregulating. And So often that initial desire is from shame. So you can use this tuning in set to tune in to a new frequency when you wake up in the morning or throughout the day. I'm telling you to do it first thing in the morning to get you into a pattern, to get you into a groove. I use this to tune into a journaling session. I use it to tune in oftentimes before I surf. I use it to tune in when I'm feeling scattered. I use this to tune in for every single one-on-one reading that I have. So I want you to use this. Use this tool. So often our minds really just want to overcomplicate everything. This doesn't have to be so complicated. Okay? All right, let's go. Under 5 minutes, go sit somewhere. Even if you're parked in your car, you can do this. I do it before the grocery store sometimes. All right? We're tuning into a different frequency. Trust it. Trust your aura. Trust this technology. Trust that it can be this easy. It can be this simple. And from here, things can feel more possible. Because I know what it's like to kind of just be feeling stuck in this like anxious, sort of depressed, all this trauma is coming up, trying to heal and trying to manage all this shit. It can get so freaking complicated and heavy. And then if we don't have a foundation and just an anchor to go to in the midst of all of it, in the midst of the waves of life, then we're going to find ourselves just on this roller coaster. Okay? So, finding a comfortable seat wherever that is for you. Long spine, maybe you're sitting against a wall, maybe you're in a chair. Bringing the palms to your heart center in prayer. So palms together. Pressing this prayer in and up at the sternum. Look at that. You're activating the heart center already. You're creating balance, in your brain just by this mudra, the prayer mudra. Rolling the shoulders up towards the ears, back just a little bit, feeling that heart open. Shoulders rest down. Slight tuck of the chin. Notice if you feel an elongation in the back of your neck. Closing the eyes. Focusing at your third eye center. The crown is open. Take a deep inhale through your nose, nice and slow. Hold at the top just for a moment and slowly exhale out the nose. On the next inhale, we'll tune in with the Adi mantra and we'll do it 3 times. Deep inhale. Om Namo Guru Dev Namo. Namo Guru Dev Namo. Om Namo Guru Dev Namo. Deep inhale through your nose. Hold. Feel the frequency of this mantra moving through your cells, moving through the chakra system, out through the skin, through the aura, through the electromagnetic field, all of life, and slowly exhale out the nose, rooting in. You are safe. You are here. You are tuned in. Satnam Vaheguru.